As I had mentioned, we have the incredible cast. Made up of legends. Way. Big names. Okay. Okay, Brenda. I was actually looking at Mtawali.
I'm sitting
and
among
Mkamzee.
legends.
Mkamzee, Mwatela.
I'm just going to take it.
Yes. And Stuart Nash. Hey, Stu.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
I like your hair is still standing. It's I like it. Welcome to the studio, guys.
Thank you.
Brenda, kwani unashtuka? Future, I'm speaking into your future.
Thank you so much.
Ndio.
I receive it and I claim it in the name of Jesus.
Thank you. So I think the last time I saw you was maybe, how many years ago was it?
About 5, I think.
I think 5 years.
It's been a long
Lakini
time.
tumezungumza kwa simu,
Tumezungumza.
kwa DM,
Every
kwa
once in a
message.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so. From the last time I saw you, you were a young girl. Now you're
Aki,
a mom.
we were so young. We were starting out, man.
Imagine. Let's not talk about
Let's
that.
not.
But now you're a mom.
Yes, I am.
Imagine.
Is she? Yeah, she's asleep now. I was hoping she was watching.
So what has, you haven't changed physically, which is annoying for some of us, but
Yes, I have.
whatever. It's
Like,
okay.
damn it.
Okay.
The end.
Where's the
I'm done with
the
my
question?
rant.
I have, but it's just that I hide them.
Yeah.
What did you hide?
Do you?
You know, all these moms, you know the things that change when you have a child. You know, so they're hiding here
I have
somewhere.
no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, we can't see it, so we don't believe
Because I'm
it.
hiding them.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited. This is the first time that I actually got to meet Hellen. Very excited, by the way.
Nice to meet you too. Yeah.
You're a really big deal. And you have a very commanding...
Say that again.
Oh,
Did you hear that?
they didn't hear it. How does it feel
Yeah.
to be considered a legend in the industry?
One of the things, it just makes you feel older. And like you have to be more responsible. In case you want to do those, you can't, because everybody refers to you. Like for me, they refer to me as mom. So I'm like, wow, I gave birth to so many kids, except mine is just one. So, yeah, so it just makes you feel like everybody just appreciates what your contributions are. So, and I thank Stuart for actually finding me somewhere, and he made me I watched Sarafina 7 times on screen, not knowing that one day she was our Sarafina when we did it in 2000.
Why are you...
Then, just yesterday, just yesterday.
We don't need to talk about it.
No, it's
Nobody
fine.
needs to know. We did it once.
Once upon a time. Yeah, but it makes you feel very nice and appreciated.
Yes. Now, a lot of us know Sarafina from the 1992 South African film, right? Where a young South African girl was trying to fight apartheid, right? Why did you decide to bring it to Kenya, or why was it necessary for the play to happen, for the musical?
Okay, so what we're trying to do at the theatre is to raise the profile of the theatre and bring back some audiences from the 80s and 90s. Actually, I discussed with Mkamzee a lot, and she said that some time ago there were loads and loads of people going to the theatre every week. But, pardon?
Yes, there was.
Yeah. So, but it became a bit derelict, and the productions were not so good for a while, so they lost a lot of the audiences. But I wanted to do it. We did Jesus Christ Superstar last year, and Greece, that we were on here with Elsa Fan.
Yes.
And I wanted to do something that was really popular in Kenya, and to bring those audiences back. And so we decided to do Sarafina.
Yeah. And I've been seeing the rehearsal videos. And how many hours a day do you put in?
Oh my God, it's quite a lot.
Yeah?
I mean, we're at the moment.
Brenda, you had to quit your job to get on board with
Let me tell you.
Sarafina.
Anyway,
You
so
answered.
we started off just rehearsing Saturdays, and now we're rehearsing like Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Thursday. Forgot Thursday.
Yeah,
So it's pretty much every day.
more or less, yeah.
Yeah.
We live in Kent.
We live in?
We live there. Like,
Oh, pretty much. Pretty much, you're there. Today morning we were speaking with Stu and Gilad. Hey, Gilad, he's watching. He's here in studio with us. And we were talking about how, unfortunately, plays just don't pay. So you're passionate, you're going to go to theatre, you're going to get on stage, but the plays just don't pay. Is this true, Mkamzee?
yes. I think it's just one of those things that
it's a hard thing just to, the number of seats in the theater. If you had to get to the point where you were paying people what they deserve, you would have to not just fill the theaters, you just have bigger theaters and charge astronomical, amounts for the ticket. And I think in most other countries where I've seen theater work, it's because there's always some subsidy, there's, a lot of grants, it's always supported by other people. So I think that's kind of what we miss out here. The idea is, of course, it's never quite the same as screen. Screen is a whole different ballgame. But that doesn't mean that the quality shouldn't be good. I don't think that there are points when, of course, money is necessary, but I don't think that should influence the quality, So I think that it's also such a nice lesson to go back to that time when, you're working and it's not just about churning out something that's gonna be this much and you're tallying it against how much you're being paid for it. There's something about what performance is, and I think that's why people go to theater to learn, because that's where you really learn how to be a performer and what performance is about.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. But I mean, it's unfortunate that, it doesn't, because it's really entertaining. When's the last time you went to watch a play, actually, or a music? When's the last time you went to theater? I mean, a lot of people now go to watch movies or at home to watch that DVD for 50 bob.
And I tell people, it's like, seriously, even now, it's not expensive. People be like, oh my God, and I'm like, that's like 3 beers. Yeah. Just like really, and then I think people sometimes just are like, why would I sit there? And inevitably, every time someone who's not been to the theater comes for a show for the first time, they're like, oh, I can't believe it took me this long, So I just think it's that mind shift of, and I get it. I grew up in the era of just really stuff being forced down our throat that wasn't stuff that we wanted to see. And so people it's like a textbook, being like, I don't want to see that KIE textbook. It's kind of the same feeling. But I think that it should pay better for sure, but that's audiences as well.
Yeah, it is what it is. But something that paid really well? TPF. And the first thing that people, when they see her, look at her, she's like, yep.
Talk to me.
It paid well, eh? But when people see you, the first thing they see is Tusker Project fame.
Yes.
All right? And we now, you're synonymous to music and singing with, your albums in, you have it in Luo, you have it in Swahili, you have it in English. Which other language? Only those ones?
Zulu?
But, but you actually wanted to be a model and not a singer.
Yes.
And then what happened?
Size. I used to do karate. Then I stopped doing it, and this flesh just came. I said, thank God. So my career had to change.
Wait, for real?
At least I got the eyes.
Yeah. You have the eyes for a model.
That's where I started.
Yeah? Wait, those are your eyes?
I've made money with my eyes. So.
Those are your eyes?
Yeah.
Those are not contacts?
If they were contact lenses, they'd be out by now.
No, she has incredible eyes.
Oh my days.
You thought they were?
Yes.
Thank God.
Are you serious? In
Very
fact, I even know the actual color. If I'm going to go buy contact lenses.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah.
But it looks really, really good.
This is what I like to tell people, that music is related to 5 other disciplines. Dance, art with creativity, music itself, drama, and poetry. They tag along. So any musician, if they fall into theater, they're advantaged, because that will shape them. They might end up being MCs, they might end up being, that projector, shout, yay, what? When they do that, somehow their voice builds and they're able to, the stage thing, So many other careers come alongside with you. They tag along. So I tell people, if you miss it out on music, try theater. You just might be surprised. And that comes with creativity.
All right, so let's talk. Well, actually, with the different jobs that you're talking about, Brenda, you got to get on TV, but you started out, with the films, and we knew you as an actress, and then you started doing other things. Is it true that you did get off TV to focus on acting?
Yes.
But there was no salo on this side.
Which side?
See,
this one?
You salo.
Oh, ile salo.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. But even you get paid for this as well. It's
You don't know what to say, do you?
yeah. Like Mkamzee said, it's not very much. When you're doing theater, it's usually you do it for the learning experience, you do it for the love of it. It's if you're going into it for the money, then you're all wrong. But
I was going to say, but also you get something from a live audience that you don't get from being
you
on
don't.
TV and film.
one of those things is being nervous out of your mind, but you do get something from the live audience. And yes, I did quit to focus on my acting, not just theater, but just everything else in general. Film, TV. I need to hone this one craft first so I can get to be called a legend as well.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
Yeah, so I need to just kind of focus on one thing first. I've tried out everything else and it went well, yes, but this is what I love to do, so let me just
focus on that.
For now.
So Stuart Nash picks up the phone. He's like, hello, am I speaking to Brenda?
Yeah.
I want you to play the role of Sarafina.
The first thing I told him,
What?
I can't sing, Stuart, right?
But
Yeah.
weren't you
Like, I
intimidated
can't
as well because
sing.
of how big of a
It
name?
didn't really hit me until it hit me. At first I was just like, Stuart, I can't sing. And then he's like, no, it's fine. Just come in, let's do it. And then when I was there, then I realized what I had just said yes to. Then it started sinking. It's that thing of jump and then learn how to fly on your way down. I'm still learning.
Yes. And I saw you dancing. Is it hard to...
Yes! I'm not a very... I don't do very well with choreography.
Yeah.
I can dance on the dance floor. But when you start telling me, put your hands this way and then this way, and then immediately you go like this.
That's so
I'm like, so which one
many
comes
people.
first? Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
Can you Odi dance? You guys should have
Yes.
introduced Odi dance in the play. Like, freedom is coming to me. You know what I mean? Like, just...
Just like have a little moment there. It's like,
Look at Stuart. He's like, oh, next
Yeah, I
break.
can hear it.
what's that? Okay,
Next
fine.
time.
Moving on.
All right, so now I also want to know about the different roles that you play. In the meantime, we did get you guys to go to the streets. I haven't even watched the madness that actually, went down. So I'm going to be taking a look at that in a bit. What role do you play, Mkamzee?
I play the role of, Mistress. Most people know her as Mistress, Mistress Masumbuka. So she's like there's always that person who's like the glue that holds things together. So she's the teacher and the inspirer, I think, and the hopeful one. What a hot mess. But she's a bit crazy as well, which is great. She's like an eccentric teacher. The teacher you wish that you had. Or if you had that teacher, the teacher you'd miss. I had that teacher, so.
Oh, you did?
I did.
In high school?
I did have a teacher like that in after high school in IB. It's so amazing. That
And
teacher who
Ikonani?
makes you. He was called Mr. Ghana, and he was so awesome. He was my literature teacher.
Yeah.
And it's those teachers who make you feel like you can be anything and you can do anything, and you're like yes. And really, he's the reason why I stuck with what I stuck with. And I don't even think he knew it, but
Yeah.
it was those teachers. So there's always that teacher. So that's who I played.
Yeah.
Mistress Masumbuka.
Mistress Masumbuka. And you know who else does that, Stuart? Because he calls you and he convinces you that this role was made specifically for you. Specifically for you. Now let's talk about the script writing, right?
Yeah.
So we have pictures, I think, of some of the script writers, and maybe you can tell us about them and about the process of getting Sarafina to where it is today, right?
Okay, that's not for Sarafina.
What's that one from?
That's another musical that I'm writing with Eric Wanena and Mugambi and Chris Adwa.
Okay.
It's based on a corrupt pastor. So that's something that's in the process at the moment. But in terms of the writing for Sarafina, we've taken the original play, and because they're quite different, the play's quite different to the film, and we've I think we've made it kind of darker. The film has an element of like being Hollywoodized a bit, and there are some really shocking things in ours that happened to these two lovely ladies here that we won't. I don't want to divulge, but that the audience will be really shocked.
All right.
Things
Okay.
you've never seen before.
Yeah, I was told about it. It's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And things that we didn't see in the other Sarafina.
You
the
will
one that
not
I
have seen.
remember.
Promise me, you will not have seen the things that happened to these two before.
All right. All right. So let's take a look at a snippet of Sarafina.
Nelson, the people need you. We are nothing without you, Nelson.
From the producers and director of Jesus Christ Superstar in Greece comes Africa's most loved musical, Sarafina. Starring Brenda, Wairimu, Mkamzee, Mwatela, Gilad, Patrick Okech and Hellen Mtawali. Sarafina comes to life on the Kenya National Theatre stage from the 12th to the 22nd of July. Tickets available at My MOOC or call the numbers on your screen now.
Right, so get them tickets. Actually, you should tell people right now about the tickets, right? Where they should get them, how much it is.
Let me just find a phone number because I
Wow.
just realised you were going to ask me that.
What?
What is
I know, I should know that, shouldn't I? I'm really sorry.
Like, oh, we were
Okay,
here
so
to talk about a film.
the number to get the tickets from is 0799 864.
Just start again. From the top.
Let's do
Pull
this
up,
one.
pull up.
0795 715 200, and they're also available on My MOOC.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
So now I have a question for you, Stuart.
Yeah.
You were an actor.
Yeah.
Why did you stop? 10 years? You acted for like 10 years, right?
I acted in the West End in London
Uh-huh.
for about 10 years. I did quite a few big shows there.
Mm-hmm.
And actually what happened was I went to live in Tanzania for something completely different. And somebody actually asked me to come to Kenya. I had no plans to come to Kenya, actually.
It's fine.
But I was actually asked to come to direct a play, which I did. And then that led to another one, and then another one, and then here I am.
3 years later.
Yeah.
Loving and living. And you know
I
what he told me
do.
today? He said,
Oh my
you know,
God.
his entire life in the UK, he never met anyone who doesn't drink.
Yeah.
Until he came to Kenya and he was like, what do you mean? What do you
Yeah,
mean
he
don't
thinks
drink?
we're so like, and then I'm like, who are you meeting in Kenya who doesn't like?
Not,
I
not
don't.
you.
I don't know.
Not you.
No, but I'm like, oh, he's always like, Kenyans are so conservative. I'm like, which ones?
Oh, yeah.
Where? I'm like, I told him it's where he hangs out. I'm like, I don't know who you know, but you need to stop knowing those people.
Yeah, you need to stop doing
You
that.
need to stop knowing
All
those
right,
people.
stop it, Stu. All right, so now, Helen, we need to talk to young actors who are, you know, coming up right now, especially, and this keeps coming up all the time, the microwave, you know, way of thinking, that instant gratification, that you're going to join the industry today, you are, you know, beautiful, or you've got the talent, and you're going to be on your way to be Lupita, but that's not how it works out.
No. 15 years I worked with Kasanga, sang with him for a long time. He used to just give me a little stipend, and I wasn't money hungry. Until later I realized that he built quite a bit in me. I didn't know how to direct a band, I do now. I didn't know how to sing harmony, I do now, probably from that experience.
Yeah.
So from that microwave kind of culture, people need to know that you need to nurture, watch other people do other things, watch other people act, see what is it you don't have that you can build on, so that you can actually nurture your giftings. And then also explore. Don't just think that you can actually, especially I tell musicians that they're geniuses. A musician can master so much. I speak 16 languages, courtesy of acting and singing.
Did you
and
say
dancing.
16?
16.
You speak 16
1,
languages.
6, yes. Probably including yours.
Borana.
Yeah. That's a story for another day, yeah. So as you go through these things that surround art, you must just realize that your patience can earn you so much, not just one job. And that's why even you probably hustle around different things that you do, you realize that you're gifted. She didn't know she was a dancer until she got probably to Sarafina or something related.
Look at
Are you
Brenda.
saying?
Now you are.
Now you can release
You have
a
those
song.
complex steps.
I met Juliani when to talk
But
about
no,
video.
but-
Big stage, like, hey, go man.
But now you're also
Like
going to
that.
be those people who just start saying, now I am a
I'm a
dancer.
singer,
And then I'm an
dancer.
expert. I'm an
And also-
expert
I've
also.
changed my
Also, you tell
bio.
people that it's never about the money.
Yeah.
Never about, let you do whatever you need to do well, then money follows you. So, oh my gosh, fair. Nipatie fair. Manzi skuji sina fair. Utabaki up.
It's a hard lesson,
Yeah.
but I think I think theater is such a nice way to learn that,
Yeah.
because when you're in the theater, even if that's your thinking, there's no option but time, right? You have to have the rehearsal for like the 3 weeks, the 6 weeks, the 3 months, and it's such a good way to just learn patience and to see how you can go from, because you get chosen to be in a play because you're good, right? So what are you spending the rest of the time doing? And that's what I ask people. I'm like, why do you think when you have to audition to go to acting school? Because you're good already. No one's going to teach you how to act. They're just going to teach you other things, like how to be a hard worker, how to produce the best work every time. So you can't just say, oh, I'm talented, why do I have to go through all this? And I find that so much now. It's so frustrating.
Do you still audition?
I do still audition.
I'm like, excuse me, check my resume.
I still audition, and I still get told no.
But it's good to get to that position where you don't need to
I do
audition.
still
People
audition.
just pick you up.
Manze, Cindy, or you
No
just get a
audition.
call.
They just go, excuse me.
Wait, did Stuart
do
make make you audition? He made Gilad audition.
He did?
No, it didn't. I looked at him and I was
Gilad
like,
is very famous.
Okay, let me tell you what happens with Mkamzee now. Mkamzee says, I want to do this play, and I want to play Velma
and I want to do this.
So, okay, let's do that. And then,
No, that's what I've done for Chicago. So that's what you earn, the ability to say, let's do Chicago, and I'll be Velma. Pick everyone else.
yeah.
All right, so let's take a look at some of the feedback that we're getting on social media. The hashtag is Amina. At the Trend Live is how you direct all that love, all of it. We take it. We've got Proudly Kenyan who says, loving the show. I watched Sarafina when I was young. Until today, I feel its taste.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really.
Yes. Duncan says that Sarafina cast is just beautiful. Art in Kenya is now growing. Thanks. A ton, Stuart, Brenda, Mkamzee, and then Mom. Yes, she also plays Mama, by the way, in Sarafina, and all the cast. It's a must watch. This one was on your payroll. Send to Stuart.
Yeah.
Prince Lou says that teaser. Wow, wow, wow. If I were in Nairobi, I'd actually camp there. I love plays. And this one, I already love it more. Thank you. Then who else do we have? We've got still James who says, theatre is the truest form of art expression. Glad that Stuart works with all these great artists to bring us back. The other day, I think he was with Akina Nice. Yes, it's true. Yeah. And now it's Brenda. Yes, yes. How huge can it get? It can get bigger. Do we have any other and? There we do. We have Shadow who says, Mini mengoja Brenda aonge story ya Sarafina, but masterpiece uko juu chini ya mwamba, my best song after Vimbada. Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Then we also have So Proud to see Sarafina Kenyan version. It gives me the feeling of dancing along with them. It does, doesn't it? Everything Stuart Nash touches is a great piece of art. Oh, and I'm confident that they're going to do it justice. Thank you so much. I think we can't take any more. But one question that I do have, Mkamzee, 15 years ago, you were part of, the musical. Now you do it again. Are there any challenges? Is it difficult for you, or are you just like a breeze? I've done this before.
It's so strange and good, because 15 years ago, I was like literally doing that thing. I was, oh my God, and blah, blah, blah. And I was playing Sarafina, and it was different because it was the Broadway version. Yeah. And she was our vocal teacher. Yeah. That's why I met Hellen, actually. So it was just a whole, it's come like full circle, and now to be playing teacher, which is very interesting. So it's different because it includes the cinema script, and that's kind of a challenge. But I think the other thing is, 15 years ago, it was just a play. It was like fun, ooh, South Africa, apartheid. Now it's like, I go through things in rehearsal. I was telling Brenda before the show, I'm like, oh, but this is Kenya. This is Kenya, so I think it's so much closer to home now for me, and that might be being older, but it might also be the country.
It's true. It's very, very true.
Yeah,
it's very true, and it's so unfortunate that all those years ago, all of those things were happening, and then today, you look at the newspapers, you watch the news, and you feel like it's just deja vu.
Yeah.
And it's very unfortunate. Make sure that you do go and you watch the film, the play, the musical. I'm calling it everything, really. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Shout out to Alovi, who's also going to be a part of the show, my good friend from Coca-Cola, and Gilad as well, who's going to be on the show playing a villain. He's not singing, he's playing a villain, a terrible villain. He's a racist, and a torturer, and
the one that
all of that.
Brenda.
So make sure that you watch it. It's going to be starting on the 12th, right? That's the first date that we can go and watch it. So I'm going to be there live in studio to Tukijibamba, singing "Freedom is coming tomorrow." Ay, 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 mama. See you sing, Brenda.
It goes. That's not how it goes.
It doesn't go like that. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. See, I'm Kenyanizing it. I'm Kenyanizing it.